So we're here at PC Gamer Weekender, but we seem to have stumbled upon a Viking. It's interesting. So this is Expeditions Viking. The game isn't out yet, so they're kind of showing it off. Tell us a bit about the game, and feel free to take it off. It is not cool in here, I'll tell you that. It is boiling.
Yeah, it is. Wool is actually very warm indoors. I found that out earlier. Yeah, hi. Thanks for coming by the booth, guys.
No, absolutely.
So if you would like, I'll tell you a little bit about the game. Expeditions Viking is a RPG strategy themed, like Viking themed game. Yeah. And it's set or based at the dawn of the Viking Age. And we take a historical angle on our games, at least within the Expeditions series. You know, Expeditions Viking. Yep. We had a game a few years ago called Expeditions Conquistador. And we kind of follow this thread throughout our various games inside the series, which is that, you know, we want people to have sort of an authentic historical experience. Yeah. Maybe not perfectly accurate, because we want to make sure that people have that freedom of choice that RPGs should allow. Yeah. But basically, the premise of this game is that you've just recently inherited the leadership or thanehood of a very small, very modest Viking village. And the village is sort of under attack from the moment that you gain the authority to control it. And so your responsibility in the game is to sort of carve out a place inside of the Norse culture for yourself, you know, both wealth-wise, but also with force, and to be able to sort of deem respect from your from your peers. To do that, we basically break the game down into two campaigns. The first campaign, inside the Norse lands, basically you're trying to consolidate your power, sort of like strike down any pretenders, anybody who's sort of trying to work against you, and make sure that you're confident that you can leave your village unprotected or modestly protected while you journey over to Britannia, which is actually what we are showing off in the build here at PC Gamer Weekender, is the very first scene in Britannia where you land on the shores of Scarborough, and you have to decide at this point what kind of Viking you're going to be. You know, are you going to be a raiding, pillaging type of Viking, you know, laying waste to the people across the land? Or are you going to try to set up trade routes, ally with one of the factions here? There are basically two major factions in the game, the Northumbrians and the Picts. And you have to sort of decide, are you going to ally with either of those sort of petty kingdoms, or are you going to maybe try to pit them against each other in some sort of vie for power of your own?
So it's a very detailed game, and historical accuracy is something that you'll never get perfect. What was your process in terms of researching? Because there's a lot of research that goes into games that try to be historically accurate.
Oh, definitely. You know, the game designers in our game took a lot of effort. So I guess, let me start over. So I guess the first thing to say is that the studio is based in Copenhagen, Denmark. The majority of the developers are Danish or Scandinavian developers, and this is something that is, you know, very deep set into their culture, and they've been learning about historically the Viking Age for a long time. So the first thing is that passion that they already have, but then going and basically seeking out various sources, whether they be you know, archaeological, anthropological, or historical sources, to kind of gather a vision of what the age was like. Yeah. The next thing that we do is, from an artistic perspective, the art department takes a look at, again, a lot of archaeological, anthropological data. Yeah. Things like the types of clothes, the types of equipment and weaponry.
That helmet.
Yeah, this one here. You know, that sort of stuff. And we try to then visually represent the characters in a way that is authentic as well. Right. Then we can take a look at, now of course the dawn of the Viking Age is sort of it's in the Dark Ages. So, you know, there's a reason why it's called that, basically, because there's not a lot of information about the time. So we do get a lot of flexibility, and there are sort of opposing opinions about how things were in that age. But what we try to do is we try to represent the group in as honest a way as we can. So a lot of the written text, or a lot of the written documentation, comes from people who were victims of the Vikings. Right. So the Vikings themselves, you know, the only written work they had was in carving runes, which are obviously quite slow and not particularly wordy. So the best historical sort of recounts are from, you know, monks and people of the clergy. who were often also victims of Viking raids. So, the representation of those people may be a bit...
Slightly biased.
Yeah, a bit biased. So what we try to do is say, okay, the Vikings were a very interesting culture, and yes, of course, they did have this raiding culture as part of their nature, but they also had a very savvy trade culture.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of groups, other foreign factions that they would attempt to trade with, but a lot of people actually speculate that the reason why the Vikings raided so frequently on the Christian lands was actually because Christendom had deemed them basically savages because they didn't believe in Christianity,
right,
and had put a trade embargo on them. So because they were no longer allowed to trade with the villages and areas in Christendom, they started raiding as some people speculate as a sort of retaliation.
Right. So this game is I'm not sure if is there a free PC? There isn't. That's fine. Is it turn-based, if I'm correct?
It's a combination. So the combat is turn-based, but when you're not inside of combat, there are sort of two layers to the game. The first layer is the exploratory layer, which we'll get you guys sat down here, and we'll show you some of that a little later. Basically, it's free moving camera, live action. You click, and your party follows. Then you get into conversations and dialogues and that sort of situation. And then when things get violent, we slow everything down into a turn-based combat. Now, each of these exploratory areas, we have basically a variety of these exploratory regions, and you move between them on a world map. So there's sort of a 2D world map that you can kind of go out to travel between spaces, and in that area of the game, or in that layer of the game, you also need to manage your resources and manage your party. So traveling across land takes time, and it takes resources. You need to stop and camp and replenish your people's exhaustion sort of meters, and you also need to feed them. If people are injured, you need to treat them with medicine, and it's also where you're going to do all your crafting and whatnot. So if you want to build bigger and better armor, or sharper and better weaponry, then that's where you're going to do that as well. And
do you have the ability to sort of dictate, so in terms of, say, like rationing, for example, like how much food you can feed them? Can you determine like what level of upkeep you have on the people?
Absolutely. So you can decide how much, how many rations you want to give to players, or the characters in your party. So as the leader, you basically dictate exactly what types of rations are going to whom. So perhaps you don't have enough food to feed everybody in the party, and you want to feed all of the people that you're taking with you into the sort of the adventure scenes. Once you move down from the campaign map down into one of the scenes, those people are the people that generally you're going to be fighting with the most. So maybe you want to make sure they're well rested, they're well fed. So there is a survival management element to the game. It's the same in the sense that you sustain injuries. And so when your characters sustain injuries, they gain penalties in their abilities and in combat. And there's always a chance that an injury that left untreated will get worse. The wounds will fester, the disease or the illness will take over your body. And so you really want to be there managing those parts of your party management as well.
Perfect. So when we have a free space, we can go. So this game comes out 27th of April. Testing my ability to tell the dates. If 27th of April. Make sure to check it out. Is there a website on here? That is a good question. Facebook and Twitter is Logic Artists. What's the website? Where's the best place to, outside of Facebook and Twitter, where's the best place for them to find you? Actually, really quickly, if you go to, there's a Steam code right there, and if you're the quickest to type it in, that's yours now. Congratulations, you get some content. Isn't that great?
Absolutely. Yeah, keep that with you. So we don't give it to somebody else. The best place to come and find us, I think, is going to be on Steam. The store page is up, although you can't purchase it yet. You can still go on, jump onto the forums, chat with us there. We're running a closed beta next month in March. And if anybody out there is interested in getting some access to the game and jumping on the beta and giving us some feedback, they can sign up by going to our website. It's www.expeditionsseries.com, and in the top right corner there's a newsletter sign-up column.
Yep.
And if people sign up to the newsletter, they also gain access to the beta.
Perfect. So we're going to take a look at this game now, play a bit, and let's cut to that. I'm going to fail at this miserably.
I'm sure you'll be fine. I can tell you a little bit about the build, so that if you want to
let's do that. I'll put this here, and we can discuss it.
So this build starts you off at the very beginning, basically, of the second campaign, where you finished, sort of establishing yourself in the Norse lands and protecting your village, and now you've led a party of adventurers to the shores of England. So you're on the shore just outside of Scarborough.
Yep.
And you're going to basically meet with the Northumbrian Angles for the first time.
Oh, I found the boat. We're going to hold some horses and supplies. That looks easy. Oh, I see.
So if you want to take a look at the map at any time, you can press M. And it'll show you. So here's our ship where we started down at the bottom, and then your party, and off you go.
Ooh, people. Kill them all. This looks like there's to be horses in this direction. Follow them. Right.
Well, actually, Jay, this way, you can direct the guys out anywhere, as long as they can't be seen.
See, the issue is, I want to be a nice person, but no.
Well, you're free to choose, right?
Yeah.
There are many paths to success in this game, so however you...
Somehow I can't help but feel that I'll find the one that isn't. I have a habit of finding the only path that it doesn't lead to success.
I'm not 100% sure if it's implemented, but basically that's why you're down in this game over. Okay, so. This would be hard to do. I didn't throw the
What do we do?
That's a toughie.
So here are the kinds of dilemmas that we like to put in front of you, right?
I'm not sure how well you can see this on the camera, so this is just asking whether I want to be a reasonable person and assume that they're getting help, or assume they're lying and kill them all.
Exactly.
Or at least try to kill them all. In my case, fail miserably at killing them all.
Well, I'm here. Hopefully we'll win.
Let me think. Let's take it. Can I look at? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you can use the... oh, no, not during conversation, actually.
Yeah, that's fine. You know what? We've got our weapons out. Might as well use them.
All right.
Okay. Let's do this. Ooh, I like the look.
All right, so we have now gone into the turn-based mode in the game, right? So during combat, you're in turn-based, and it's a hex-style grid for movement and action. You've got 6 characters that you can control right now. When you can either select them by clicking on them or clicking on their portraits.
Right. No, what did I do? I think I just hit space by accident.
Oh, did you hit space?
Oh, well.
All right, so you gave up your first turn.
Fun fact, hitting space ends your turn. Important lessons with George.
Yeah. So they're gonna get an extra turn on us. Looks like our witch has gone down.
Oh well, it's not like we needed her anyway, right?
She also does some healing, which is convenient.
Oh, healing? The irony. Because she's the one that needs healing. Oh wow. So, how do I come back from this?
Okay, so my philosophy when I play, and there are definitely different ways for people to be successful or find success in the game, is that I like to focus fire a character to try to take them out of the fight every round, if I can.
Yeah.
So the first thing that we want to do is take a look at these different characters and the enemies and see what happens. So let's hover over them and see some kind of warrior. Okay, he's got lots of hit points because the average is 100.
Right.
It's got big damage. Let's see who else we've got here. Another front range fighter. Click on them if you can. Okay, here we go. Defend. So they're more of a tank.
Yeah.
Right. What else have we got?
Another tank. Oh, that is a lot of health.
And
Archer.
yeah, exactly. Archer and another sort of defender. And another archer. Okay, so the other thing to think about is who do we have access to when we're fighting? We have access to this character, we have access to this character. So I would say let's pick one of these to focus on. He has a block ability with the shield, and his hit points are 104. This guy's 130, but he can't block our attacks. So we've got to kind of decide, and I'm going to let you decide, obviously, because you're playing, what you think we should go for, because both are viable. Let's see. Now, Ida's here. Click on her. Go ahead and click on her. Let's see what we've got. Oh, we've got Shield Hook. That's a great skill that's going to expose this character and not let him use his shield. So I think that would be really great to use. Let's move one space toward him. And then let's activate the Shield Hook. And then click on him. Okay, now he should have a special status effect. Let's check him out. Exposed. So now we are going to do some damage on him. Let's try this character here. Yeah, move into position. And then let's see what we can do. What's this? Rebuke. That's going to kick them back, but there's somebody behind them. We've got, what else have we got here? Weapon hook. Cleave. Let's see what does cleave do? Let's have another look at that. Right? So cleaves makes an attack with plus 20% damage, specifically targeting an enemy shield. So we don't actually, we've already pulled the shield away for this scenario, so maybe we don't want to worry about that. Maybe just a regular attack would be the most effective thing in this situation. Boom.
Oh, beautiful.
Very, very nice. Okay.
Very well done.
So now, let's take a look at our shield maiden who's got the spear, and she can attack from 2 hexes away, so if we put her here, select her. Yeah, select her. Make sure she's selected, and then get.
I can't seem to.
Okay, just close this. Sorry, the tutorial's popped up. All right. Okay, let's just try attacking. Okay, we'll just take a kettle and try to attack. So let's select him. He's got some neat abilities. Look at this one. Hailstorm is pretty cool, but also there is a signal arrow. Gives us some bonuses to damage, and it's a free action. So let's use that and fire it somewhere where we hit all of these characters. You can see all 4 of them are going to get hit if we pick this character or this character to shoot at. So we'll do that. Ranging shot gives us an extra accuracy bonus, and then we should be able to pick one of our other attacks. There's a fire arrow. There is a quick shot, which allows us to do 2 attacks, but at a penalty to hit. And then there's an area of effect attack. So you can see if we hit them, we should hit all of them, but we might hit her. So I would pick that character to hit.
Let's go. Come on. This can go well.
Yeah, that's gone very well. Look at that.
Beautifully done.
So now we just need our shield maiden to be able to stand up. Something seems to be going on.
Oh, hang on, there's a little.
Yeah. Can we click on this character?
This one.
It says it won't attack him. So let's. Sten's going to give you a range of 3, but it's not going to help us out too much. Let's just try and. Just click here just to make sure that there's nothing going funny. Okay, it seems like something's frozen on her for some reason. That's obviously a bug. You should be able to go in there right now. He's already finished his attack, unfortunately. Let's see. Let's select her again. Let's change weapons. Okay, so she's got a dagger now. Let's change back. Forget it. Okay, let's just end our turn and see what happens. Seems to be some small error with her. I don't know. Maybe she was weakened or has some movement penalty that we didn't notice. Bit of damage on Gunnar.
This is not going to end well. I can tell.
That's okay. One of the things about the game that we try to do is we try to make sure that the game rarely has circumstances where there's a game over. Right? So if you lose the battle, you'll usually just have to retreat to an area and then start again or try again.
Let's
Okay, so Cadel, I think, can finish them off.
Can you do like a swinging attack where he hits multiple
Okay,
people?
so who do we have selected right now? We have Ida selected.
Yeah.
That's her?
Do we have...
So,
Burn Synapse is a tactical
more of a defensive one. Shield hook's not necessary now, I think.
Let's do this.
Just do a basic attack.
Yeah.
Just click
Get rid
right
of
on.
that one.
There are two sort of phases.
Boom.
And
There we go. Oh.
Wow, that was dramatic.
Yeah, he smashed that guy's shield quite effectively.
Can we move... Let's try this.
Yeah.
Can I get the gift?
Oh, yes, of course.
And then...
You can fight the other faction.
Oh, I see what it was. Our archer is in the way of that block.
Oh, weird. Okay. Well, good news. He's not in the way now. So do you still have range of 2, like these other spearmen do, and you can even actually with her use a special attack that has a range of 3. I think it's extend.
Yeah.
3 hexes away, but at a only 3/4 damage.
So if we... Does that count as 2 or 3?
That'll be
I
2.
think
So that'll be perfectly safe, and you'll get 100% damage on that. Should be able to finish
And
him
that
off.
should...
Bing.
Yes.
Oh, and a crit. That's massive.
Beautifully
nice
done.
one. Okay.
That could not have gone better. Demoralized? What?
So somebody tried to demoralize you with a taunt or something.
They can't taunt us once they're all dead.
I'll show you. I'll die instead. Yeah, it's good. Okay, so they've used their own spotting arrow on us. So obviously...
It's a shame that the first person to die was the one with the healing.
Yeah.
They fought that out very well.
They did. They were like, that witch doesn't look nice. Okay, so we don't want to... Maybe let's not move him this time.
No, I'm
We
thinking
can try
fire arrow.
We can try
to
fire
that
arrow,
one.
or we can try quick shot. Actually, fire arrow is going to do a lot of damage, so that sounds really good. Yeah,
If we do that.
that sounds very good. See that? And he's got the burning
beautiful.
status effect, so he's going to take a little bit of damage over time as well. There you go, right there.
Perfect.
So he's very weakened. We could probably finish him off with Idas, just our straight attack, probably. We might make it through this.
If we survive this, that's an achievement.
Okay, so
If we...
here's a little recommendation I have for you. As long as we don't go into range of him,
Yeah.
what I think we could do with her is we could lock down this archer. That means that if he tries to shoot an arrow, we're going to get attack of opportunity. That's a free attack on their turn.
So
just
like
walk
that.
right over there, yeah. Exactly. We're going to lock him down that way. He's not going to be able to act as easily.
Is that it?
And I think that's it, because we only got 2 characters still awake. Okay, and make that... Oh, no, he's still up there. Okay,
Oh,
come on.
yeah, but that's not...
Yeah.
Oh!
You never know. Could miss.
Nope.
No. Unfortunately, you got it.
So,
So you can see foregoing that first turn had a big effect
that
on
was,
us.
yeah, that was a big oopsie moment for me.
Unfortunately.
Right. Let me think here. I reckon.
I mean, it's not looking great. So anything we can do to start working them down, I think, will be in our favor.
We do that.
Nice. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's good. Let's see. Use the ranging shot. That's unfortunate.
Because they keep alternating ranging shots, I've noticed.
Yeah.
And then we can block the attacks as best as possible.
Grab a seat over here. Expeditions, Viking. Yeah, go ahead and grab a seat. You can try this one over here, and I'll just hang out with you here.
Right. Let me think. That is not what I meant.
I mean, she's still got a lot of HP, though. So that's good. But if we're not doing any damage, we're going to have a hard time. Oh, you know what you can do? Try throwing these caltrops here. Throw them over here. We might slow them down if they come after us.
It's a good one. I like it.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Very well done.
Oh no, she's got arrows in there. Oh no, she's gonna die. Oh, she died. And they killed the woman.
This is not going to end well.
My dudes. Oh, there he is.
Oh, damn it. That failed miserably.
We'll do better next time. Right. So now you can see we've taken some injuries.
Yeah.
These are all things that we would want to treat in camp.
Yeah.
Which happens at that overland map.
So we've due to the fact that I'm a horrible player at video games, we have experienced defeat, which is remarkably usual for myself, and so we are now. What are we doing? Where are we?
Click somewhere on the map. There we go. So your characters are
There we are.
gathering here.
Perfect. So if we, can we go back? Can we not? Okay, that's fine. If we do.
So now, as you can also see, your objectives have changed because now the peaceful option is no longer available.
Yeah.
Now that you've initiated some violence towards them, they're no longer interested in trading with you.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, I suppose.
Let them come over here. We're going to regroup. Cool stuff. And then we can see the bios of each of
What
the.
you would be able to do at this stage, but although because it's a demo, I don't believe it's possible. That you'd be able to go outside of this scene,
Yep.
select the characters you want to bring into the scene, and then join the scene again.
Right.
But because we've only brought this scene for the demo,
Yeah.
you won't be able to do that. So you'll be taking the same group into combat again, or if we want to try to sneak around those guys now
Yeah.
and find something else, then we will be taking them as well. But some of them are injured now, so we've got to be careful because they're going to be a bit weaker in combat.
Yeah. Perfect. That's cool. So, Expeditions Viking. Make sure to go check that out. I've already given away one of these codes, and we have 2 more in the bag for after PCGW. So I'm not going to flash the Steam code on the back of this one. But go check them out. It's genuinely fun, and it's a game that I can tell will take forever for you to get good at, unless you can actually play video games, unlike me. And so go take a look. There's a beta on its way. Comes out on the 27th of April, and it's on Steam. So what else do you need? Just go do it. Just go.